Greetings to you all. I am Candace Okello. I serve as the Associate Dean of Student Affairs here at Westminster, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to just share a brief reflection with you all. So a couple of days ago, we celebrated the life and legacy of Dr. King, and when you think about him, you can't help but think about love. Love was at the center of the movement for him. It was what he stood on in his teaching and in his leading. And as I was preparing for this reflection, I tried to deviate from focusing on love, but I couldn't help it. I found myself just kind of resting here. And I don't believe it was by accident, especially recognizing our current moment where we're continuing to see injustice and we're continuing to fight in the same ways that he had. And so for me, it was, so what does it look like to love in the midst of all of this as we're watching this unfold in front of our eyes every single day? Every time we turn on the news, there's something else that is disturbing and completely unsettling. And we are coming in contact with folks more regularly who we may not agree with. We're hearing those voices being amplified more now than ever. So what do we do? What is our responsibility in the midst of all of it? And so a scripture came to mind in Mark chapter 12, verses 28 through 31. And in this portion of scripture, Jesus is talking to teachers of the religious law. And these teachers were asking Jesus, well, we have all of these laws, all of these commandments, it's like 600 some. Which one is actually the most important? Because surely there are some that outweigh another. And in 28, 20 through 31, Jesus says this. One of the teachers of the religious law was standing there listening to the debate. He realized that Jesus had answered well, so he asked, of all of the commandments, which is the most important? Jesus replied, the most important commandment is this. Listen, O Israel, the Lord our God is the one and only Lord, and you must love the Lord your God with all of your heart, all of your soul, all of your mind, and all of your strength. And then 31, the second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. No other commandment is greater than these. So of all of these laws, Jesus says, love the Lord your God and love your neighbor as yourself. Another translation says, love others as much as you love yourself. And that really landed with me because love is probably the hardest thing to practice right now. It has been a challenging season, and it almost feels unnatural to display love when injustice persists, when people are choosing to harm, when we're seeing hate on display. That's why love is truly this radical act. Love isn't just this deep affection for a person or the butterflies that you feel when you are in the presence of someone you love. That's beautiful, but it's also this dying to the daily desire to return that hurt in the midst of pain and suffering and uncertainty and our anger. It's okay to be angry. It's an emotion that was given to us, and Jesus, he understands, but he's still saying that even still, the greatest command here is to still love your neighbor as yourself. And what follows that is, but Jesus, like, are you not seeing this? Jesus, look at the ways that folks are being harmed or silenced and oppressed. And I'm supposed to love the folks who are doing this. That's challenging, but we don't do that in and of our own strength. We can't. And so this has led me to this prayer, not only for you all, but for myself. And I will read this prayer, and I ask that you would just join in with me. My prayer is first out of gratitude, just to say, God, thank you for keeping us in the midst of all that we have had to consume over this past year and even into this new year. We thank you for showing yourself faithful in the midst of our doubt and worry and our pain. And we thank you for being the truest example of love and demonstrating it in your patience and in your kindness towards us. I pray that you would give us the courage to love well. I pray that you would give us the strength to love well. And I pray that our love grows deeper for the people with whom we are in constant community. And then I pray that our love would spread wider to reach those who are not. Give us the love, the ability to love our neighbor as ourselves. That's my prayer for you all and for myself. And I just kind of want to end on this final thought to all those who have been displaying this radical love through the ways in which you are pressing on towards justice. I just want to recite this radical gratitude. And it's a message that was written by author and activist Adrienne Marie Brown. And it reads that you are a miracle. I greet you with wonder in a world which seeks to own your joy and your imagination. You have been chosen to be free every day as a practice. I can never know the struggles you went through to get here, but I know you have swam upstream. And at times it has been lonely. I want you to know I honor the choices you made in solitude, and I honor the work that you have done to belong. I honor your commitment to that which is larger than yourself and your journey to love this particular container of life that is you. You are enough. Your work is enough. You are needed and your work is sacred. You are here, and for that I am grateful. My prayer is that as we press towards justice, that our love may be evident in the midst of it all. Grace and peace to you all.